Hello guys, welcome in Unified IT Solution. Today we'll discuss how to create the index into Splunk Enterprise via Cluster Master. So I have already created a video how to create the index into Splunk Cloud, but it is very different from the Splunk Cloud compared to the Enterprise. So in cloud it's a directly option from UI itself you can do it, but in Splunk Enterprise you will have to create via the cluster master. So let's start. So this is our cluster master. I will show you again. So this is our cluster master of the UI, and right now 7 indexes is there, and we'll create one more, but that will only visible here once that have some data today. So I will show you how to create the index via cluster master, and then how it will replicate to the indexer. Okay, so we have 3 searcher, 2 peers and 7 index. So now I will go to the backend of cluster master. So where you have to go and create the index. So there is a path, so I will show you here under the opt, like where Splunk is installed, then Splunk etc and master apps under the cluster, and local directory. If you are creating first time index, you have to create it manually, or if you have already index in your system or maybe in your environment, so there would be must local directory. Otherwise there would be a default directory. I'll show you here. So there should be a default directory, and from there you can copy some stanza and see some stanza which is coming default. So I'll go inside the local directory, and I need to create manually index.conf file. The name of the file is index.conf file, which manage and create all the index. So I'll explain today what are the some necessary configuration while you create the index. So this is a stanza of to create an index. Okay, I'll just move it to down. Okay, so today we'll create an index name demi. So whatever the index name, it will come into this stanza first inside these brackets. Then you have to define the home path. So home path it will automatically take if you are doing it into the where Splunk is installed, so that location will be stored into the your indexer. Okay, so all your data will be stored into that indexer. If you have some mounted volume or some other path where you want to store your index data, so you can define to it, but this is a default this is a default location. You can change this location accordingly. So home path means hot db path, so it's a home path means hot db path where your hot bucket will be created. Then cold path where your cold bucket will created. In our last video discuss about home, cold and thaw and frozen. Then I did not define any frozen. This is just example. You can define the frozen if you want to delete the data. If from the cold, if you want to move your data directly to the thaw bucket for archive backup purpose, later you can use it to restore your data, make it searchable. So you can define the thaw bucket. Otherwise you can define the archive bucket as well. So a frozen bucket is in max data size is this is in MB. So what should be the maximum data size, like home inside, what could be the maximum hot bucket size, what could be the maximum cold bucket size. So all this is I define the maximum data size. Max hot bucket, max hot bucket means how many hot bucket maximum could be. So which is come first, it will be roll out to, which is met first, it will roll out to the next stage of bucket. So maximum 10 hot bucket could be there as per my setting. Frozen time, like when this data, because this is not required at all, because right now we are not frozen. Now we are not I did not define the frozen path. If you have defined the frozen path, you can create it. Let me create it here. Okay, let it be right now. So frozen path will later discuss. So let it be, because I need to change few more setting. So frozen, so this setting is not required because we are not using it. So I'll just remove this, and I'll just keep it. Replication factor is auto, like whatever your replication factor, you can set it up accordingly. If you want to change for this in particular index, you can make it 2 3, but I'll keep auto whatever defined in your cluster master setting. So you can put it auto, and this is also required when you want to visible your index and monitor via cluster master, so you have to define this setting. So this is a mandatory setting. Now I'll just copy and go to the backend of the cluster master. I will edit the index.conf file. I'll come down and I will add it to here, and I'll just save it, this file. Now we have saved the file. You can verify once, cat open via cat command, and you can discuss we have added. Now since we have added, what you need to do, you have to go to the cluster master. This cluster page is under the setting, then index clustering, and once you are there, you have to click on the configuration bundle action. Let's create on the this option, configuration bundle action. So it will check whether we have any changes on the cluster master. So we can click on the push button, and it will ask for the push change, and whatever changes we did, so it will take the restart of our both indexer. So this 3 and 4, and it will say push is successfully done. Now we'll go to the indexer and we'll see if that index is created or not. So if you go back to the cluster master, so that index won't be visible until unless there's a node data available. So as of now we have newly created that index, so that index won't be available until we have put some data inside that index. Okay, and so I'll just log into the UI of my indexer and I will see if that index is created. So if you click on here, and okay, I'll tell you. So log into the UI of your indexer and go to the setting, then go to inside the indexes. Okay, and then you search your index if that index is got created. So you can see that index is created. So this is my indexer IP. Okay, and this is under cluster app. This is a event type of index. Maximum size we did not define. If you don't define, it will take approximately 500 GB, like 488 GB. So if, approximately 500 GB. Okay, and zero event as of now. What is home path of this? Frozen path we did not define. You can define if you want to archive your data, you want to delete your data, you can define. If you click on this dummy name of this index, so you will see what is the home path, what is the cold path, what is the third db path. Okay, max size of your entire index, I told you if you don't divide, it will take approximately 500 GB, like it's calculated in MB. And max size of bucket, like we define in our setting here. If I'll go back, if you see max data size, so this data size, this option is applicable. What should the maximum size of your hot bucket, warm bucket and cold bucket? So frozen path we did not define because that it's coming blank, and by default the tdex idx folder is 7 days is retention. So this is a complete different topic and it is helpful sometime, but you don't change or make any changes before going into the before checking all these probes and cons. So don't enable this option. Okay, so all your action you can see it here. See, you can save it here, but we don't recommended any setting to save it here. If you are doing it through cluster master, make a changes over there and then you push the bundle. So that is Splunk best practice. Okay, so as of now zero event. So once the event will be there, so that index will come to here. Like I already created unify index, and there are two application factor and search factor copies are available. So it have less than of 1 GB of data. Okay, but it have some data. So all your search ad and peers you can see here. Now you can use that index into your search ad by searching your data once it have this data. So this is was the topic how to create index into cluster master. You can create an as many as index, and also guys, you can you don't have to go, like if you want to create a separate tab, I would say inside the cluster. Okay, so you can create a separate app for ta index inside the master app. Okay, inside the master app and cluster folder, underscore cluster folder, you can create a separate app, put that index in index.conf file there, and you can keep your updated app inside this folder. You can customize your folder as well. So uh, let us know how this video helpful for you, and let us know if you want to create any topic, uh, any video on any topic, and kindly subscribe our channel, like video, and thank you so much for your support.